In this video, I'm going to have a brief look at Reallusion's new Puppet Stage feature for Cartoon Animator 5, and I'll show you just how quickly you can get started puppeting your own live cartoon avatar with OBS and Cartoon Animator. Just briefly, this is Cartoon Animator 5's new Puppet Stage feature. This is the product page for the feature. And basically what this is, it's a new tool that lets you create your own cartoon avatar using pretty much any G3 character available in Cartoon Animator. You can use the pre-made ones that you've bought or ones that you've made yourself, and you can use them for live streaming over games or over your instructional videos if you want, or however you would use a cartoon avatar in a live stream situation. You see, you can also, of course, use it for animating your productions in Cartoon Animator as well. But it gives you a whole load of features, and there's a couple of packs that you can get in addition to the new free features that came in the 5.3 update to Cartoon Animator. So there's a special VTuber pack here which has this anime character puppet and this little cat-like feature there, and then there's this one here, which has one of Gary Pye's alien characters, I believe. Now, to get the most out of this pack, it does help if you have the Motion Live webcam pack. This is the sort of cheapest option that includes the webcam profile. I'm not sure what the full price is for this. The upgrade price is $199. But this pack, it comes with Cartoon Animator 5, the webcam profile. You get the anime puppet pack, power pack here, and plus you get a whole bunch of tutorials to help you get up and running with Cartoon Animator 5 as quickly as possible. Includes tutorials for actually animating in Cartoon Animator 5 and tutorials for how to rig your own characters. What I'll do now is we'll go straight into Cartoon Animator 5. Now, if you're looking for the free plugin packs, you just go to the free resource in the content manager on the templates side. Make sure you're on the pack tab here. Just click free resource and you'll see this Puppet Stage pack here, which has all the demo projects and stuff that you can use if you've decided not to buy the additional packs that give you a whole load of extra features. But this one is perfectly fine to experiment with and see how it all works. I'll just open this up and we'll go to the demo project. There's two in here, but I'm just going to quickly look at this one. I'll load that up. This is just a single character on the stage, and this one you do need the Motion Live plugin, which is what's just come up here. And you'll see I've got the face tracker turned on over here. That's me there with my face being tracked. Keep that up in the top corner just for the moment. And this is the Puppet Stage control panel, and you'll see what we've got in here is all the different things that are set up. We've got in the top corner, we've got a default idle motion that plays when nothing else is happening, and this little icon here in the corner indicates that that just continuously loops when that's on. And these are other talking motions and what have you that also loop once they're selected, and they keep looping until you select something else. These are facial expressions that you can give to your character, and this icon with the 1 in it indicates that it only plays through once and then it will return back to the default movement. So we've got some example movements there. These are some other movements, and all of these are attached to the key that you see in the top left corner here. So when I press R, she's going to make that facial expression here. When we hit the A key, she's going to do this action and it's going to go through once. And then down here we've got some perform actions, which include a sequence of animated actions that include facial expressions and body movements. And down here, this is a fade in and a fade out function that we've got set up. And then we've got, these are actually on the same key, so that you'll see here, I believe this is she waves when she arrives, and this is waving when she's leaving. And we've also got various cameras set up here, so that's another new feature of Cartoon Animator 5's 5.3 update, is that you can have multiple cameras. And we've also got the motion pilot thing set up here too. I'll hit the preview button. We can just quickly see what these things do, and hit the spacebar, and you'll see she's gone straight to the default position there, and when I'm moving my head, she's moving her head around. See, she's blinking. It's not doing too bad a job through my glasses here, and I didn't actually set up motion pilot with zero poses and stuff, which is what you're supposed to do for reference, so that the character turns, sort of follows your motions more accurately. But as you can see, I'll scroll down here and I'll press each one of these keys so you can see what they do. So if we do W, see, she does this sort of stand and moving around there. She's just going to keep doing that until I press something else. So if I pressed Q, we go back to idle mode, press the E key, should do that motion. That's generally for if she's talking. If we wanted her to lip sync, I could actually turn that on, and I'll give that a go in a minute. But while she's doing that, we can also press these face expressions. So we can do the R key, and you'll see her face now starts to change. Do the T key, and the Y key, she'll start looking sad, and the U key, and back to the R key, and Q. We've also got these motions, so we've got A, it's like a laughing function, it just goes through once. S key. You can see how we can trigger all this stuff and just make her do whatever we want to set up in here. We could put any G3 compatible motion file or perform file. So these ones down here, I believe, are perform files. You can see the type of file based on these little icons in the bottom left of the little windows here, or little keys. That's a 2D motion. This is a perform motion with that icon. And same with this one, that's a perform motion that's on the default. So if we hit the Z key, yeah, so these ones have got some extra special effects like the teardrops there added to them. So you can see how you can do complete animations. C key, sort of telling you off. And then the V key. V key, you'll notice the V key has got a little mouse icon in the bottom. That means when I move the mouse around, she's going to move the whole character, or the action's going to move as I move the mouse, and then when I stop, you can see me moving the mouse. That's what this little icon down here means. It's a mouse activated movement, and that'll just keep happening until I select something else, maybe the Q key. And then we'll try these. Try O. We go I. O again. I. And I'll just show you the cameras. So 7, 8 and 9 key is all that you have to press. Change cameras. Currently on 9, we'll go 8 and 7. We can just easily switch between cameras depending on what we want to do and all that. So one good thing about Cartoon Animator 5 is if you were happy with all those motions and you liked all that and you feel you could work with that, you could simply just replace this character with your own character. I'll just move myself off screen, turn this off for a second. In theory, I should be able to select any other character and it will just replace her, and all that puppet stage movement will carry over to the new character. So I'm going to go out of the puppet pack and I'm just going to get one of these characters. It's just telling me it needs updating. But we'll get one of these and we'll change her to maybe this character by making sure she's selected. Double click, and now when we open up the puppet stage, we've still got all our cameras, but all our motions went away. But we can fix that just by going back to Move this over here, going back to our puppet stage pack, do animation. If we open that up, you'll see we've got puppet stage profile, and that's her profile there. We should be able to drag that onto here, and it should be loaded in. And now if we preview, whoops, currently that's got everything. I have to adjust the motion pilot. We don't want that, and we don't need face cursor. Try that. There we go. So you notice we can make the eyes pupils go where we click the mouse. The eyes follow the mouse around, and all of the different motions are going to work fine. So that's how easy it is to change to a new character. You can change the camera shots during the performance, and when we want to go live, we can do live puppet mode here. And as you can see, that goes full screen. Now we can just hit space, move this out of the way, and we're good to go. We get out of that. We want to add lip syncing, we have to add this one in here, and I'm not too sure exactly on the difference between these. I found that one's okay. We could try this one, see what happens. Now that's on, we'll try previewing that, space, and now you can see she's kind of lip syncing. It's not doing too bad a job at it. But yeah, so if you want to have a talking avatar with the mouth movements as well, you can certainly do that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how you can set up your own character and how to add some motions and how to add that to OBS. So we'll turn this off and we're going to start with a new project. I'm going to use my own avatar for this. Yeah, so that's my avatar. The first thing I'm going to do is set up some cameras. We open up the new camera editor, and this is pretty straightforward. We've already got one camera in here that's set up. You'll see when I click on that, my box for the camera turned red, indicating that this is the record camera. And I can rename that and call it my main camera. And then I can use the camera tools up here just to position that camera how I want it to be. So for this, I want my main camera maybe not that far in because I want him to be in the bottom corner of the screen, like so. And then we can do capture viewpoint thumbnail on here so that we know that that's what he's going to look like for that part of the screen. Now I can go back to the preview camera and add another camera, and this is going to be close up. And that's when we want to do a big close-up of the character speaking to camera perhaps. Go there, capture viewpoint thumbnail. Back to the preview camera and we'll add one more camera. That's just going to be a full body camera, so call that wide shot. And we'll adjust that to a wide shot. Maybe we won't have his feet on screen, and capture that thumbnail. And all of these shots we can give a hotkey, so I'm just going to go through, and in here I'm going to give that a 1 in there for my hotkey, and a 2 in here, and a 3 in this one. And you'll notice here you can actually link the camera to an object if you wanted to, so I could, on any of these cameras, link the camera to my actor so that if he moved around, say I made him walk left and right, the camera would follow him, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it as is. We might leave it on that camera for now. Next thing we're going to do is select our actor and open up the puppet stage, which is this one here, this icon, and we're going to start giving him some actions. You'll notice we've got all the cameras up here already, so if I did preview now and just hit the space bar, the only thing I can do is change between my cameras. So the first thing we need is an idle motion, so we'll go template, packs, and we'll go free resources. Get rid of my thing, and we're going to animation, and we'll search for an idle motion. I think we'll do this one. We'll just get that, drag it in, and that's automatically been given the Q key. We can pin that just there, and that will make it the default motion. So now if I preview, hit the spacebar, you see he only went through there once because it's only got one, got that icon for one. To change that to continuous loop, we just click on it. Now when I preview and hit the spacebar, we just stand there breathing. We can make his eyes move around by holding the mouse button down, and still can change through the cameras. And the only other motion that we really need to give him is some arm movements for when he's talking. So we'll get a talk function or talk motion. And we'll generally look for a loop motion of some sort. See if we can find the general talking. Maybe this one, drag that one in. And we could make that work with the mouse so that when I preview that and hit W, now he's going to move his arms around. Like that. It's not great talk motion. The whole thing looks like. I'm overly impressed with that talk motion, so we might get rid of that one just by using the trash icon. Make sure it's selected, trash that out. Got a better one somewhere. Try this one. Make that one loop, preview, W. Very exaggerated. I'm not overly happy with that talk motion either. It's very exaggerated. Try adding this one. See what that looks like. Yeah, I think that one's better. I'm going to get rid of that one. Trash that. Make that so that it continuously loops until I stop it. And then if we click this, this will tidy up our cards. So they're all nice and neat again. Right, so that's as much as I'm going to show you here. I'm now going to show you how to link it up with OBS so that you can use it with your live streams. And the first part of doing that, before I do that, you can save out these profiles. You've got this icon here, which you just click and it will save out this entire profile ready for you to load in, and you can load it in on any character that you like. It doesn't have to be this particular character. You could also just save this project as well, and I would imagine that this puppet stage would get saved with this character as well. But the first thing we want to do is make this so it's got a green screen background. We'll open up the project settings down here and change the background color to a nice green screen. Go OK, and then what we're going to do is go into live puppet mode like so, and then I'm going to bring OBS over here just so you can see what I'm doing. So we want to pay attention to this area down here. This is the actual scene that's being recorded at the moment that you can see up here. What we want to do is add this Cartoon Animator window to that scene. So we're going to go in Sources and we're going to go Add, and we want to do a window capture. And we can do Add Existing Cartoon Animator. Go OK, and you can see now we've got this window in here. I've got this set up on here, and I'm going to make this slightly larger so that it doesn't show. You see here, you can see the edge of the window here. So I'm going to make it slightly larger than the screen. And I'm going to hold down the Alt key and just crop these out. Bring that up a bit. And now what we need to do is add a filter for chroma keying. And that should be it. Okay to that. That'll get rid of our green. Go close. So once chroma keying is on there and we're all set up, we should be good to go. I can just move this out the way here and make sure I'm here. We'll stop doing that because I want to turn the microphone on. Do lip motion from mic. Okay. And now we're going to go back into live puppet mode. Move this off here. And move this off here, like so. And you can see here now I've got my avatar on the screen there. I'll move this across. All good to go. So we're going to hit the space bar and there you go. That's my avatar on the screen. You can see he's doing his lip syncing as I'm talking, and I can change his cameras to a close-up in the corner there, and we can go back to that shot. And that's pretty much how easy it is to get your avatar up and working on the screen. Of course, we can do anything we want while that's running. So say bring a notepad onto the screen and do whatever it is we're going to do, or if you wanted to run a game or something you could. I don't particularly have games on my computer, so let's say we could do this. So there you go, we could have our avatar guy down the corner and we could be giving a lesson using Pencil 2D, sort of talking about whatever that does. The only trouble is the actual shortcuts for the keys clash on here, but I'd imagine if you put them onto a Stream Deck or something like that, you could easily have hotkeys for both applications working at the same time. At the moment I'm just using the keyboard, and the hotkeys only work with whichever is the active application. So if I want this guy to be doing his talking, this one, so now he can talk away while I'm sort of here drawing. You see him doing all his hand gestures and stuff, and if we wanted to make him look, I'd have to go over here and, you know, do that kind of thing. There we go. So we go back to this, and that's how easy it is to get started with Reallusion's puppet stage for Cartoon Animator. So I hope you found this demonstration interesting and that you were able to follow along and see just how quickly and easily it is to set up a cartoon avatar with Cartoon Animator and connect it up with OBS for live streaming. No doubt in a future video I might go into this in a little bit more depth, but for now I just wanted to give this quick overview so that you could get started and try out creating your own cartoon animators for live streaming or for overlaying onto your videos for your own projects. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.